Divine Feminines, I hope you guys are incredibly well tonight. Let's dive into the Divine Masculines energy here because I feel like you guys are picking up on their energy a lot. It's because they're not moving out of your energy anytime soon. So I feel like I want to bring about messages to you guys that focus on balance and your self-care because that is the key right now. I feel like a lot of the Divine Masculines are maybe going through tower moments like we've been mentioning in the last few readings, and so it's the escape. You are like like a drug, almost like an addiction at this time because it feels like an escape. So what a lot of them need to really do is I feel focus on themselves, but it's difficult to do that. Okay, the storm energy makes you feel alone. It makes you feel like you just want to literally cling to the light because everything is falling away, and it's falling away really, really quickly. I feel like this represents what your masculines might have felt before meeting you. And the only problem with this is, it was hectic, like with the water in the background and the clouds in the sky. The structure or the tower was built off of something that could have been maybe false, the old version of themselves. There's another card in this deck that talks about like clinging, it's South Node energy, like where you just cling to the familiar. When you build a life off of living in autopilot before your awakening, now they're going through the awakening and they're starting to see that that they worked so hard to build, it could be in the form of a job, a life, it could be a marriage, it could be a karmic situation. It's not their truth is the thing that I'm feeling, and that's starting to fall away. And the reason that a lot of them are clinging to you is because you're walking in your truth. Okay, many of them have seen you stand up against this tower moment here that's now hitting them really hard, and you rebuilt your tower in your own way. Now a lot of your Divine Masculines have immense respect for you and for everything that you've gone through on the journey. At one point they were looking at you like maybe you were crazy or you were nuts for taking some kind of risk or believing in this journey, and maybe even taking certain actions according to your emotions and your intuitive nudges that you were getting from the universe. And at the time they were looking at you like, I can't believe that you would go down a particular path or make certain decisions in your own life based off of just certain things that you might have been going through or experiencing or feeling because of your Divine Masculines or because of the journey. I feel like when many of you Divine Feminines had the awakening that, this was your Divine Masculines, a lot of you jumped in head first. I mean, there was so much that you were willing to either drop or overlook to acknowledge the spiritual connection, because I think at the time for you Divine Feminines, you were very, very sure that it was a spiritual connection. And for your Divine Masculines, and the way they would have made it seem to other people was that you were just head over heels in love with them, psycho, crazy. But the truth is being revealed. Okay. And that's why many of you are, just kind of sitting back enjoying your blessings now, because you dared to be on stage while people were making a mockery of your performance, something that you might have worked really hard on. People might have been laughing at you, ignoring you, not paying attention to the fact that, you were really trying to maybe share something meaningful with them. And now I feel like things are really catching up where someone's false, that's what I'm getting, like a false life that they've created for themselves, or it could be like, I'm getting the word superficial. Okay, someone is out there and it may seem like they have all of the superficial things at the surface level that everybody should be happy with, a life that most people would be happy with according to having all of the material things in check. But it's hollow or empty on the inside, and that is what someone cannot hide now. Okay, and that's why, again, they're all up in your energy, and you may be guarded as hell against your Divine Masculines right now, because you can feel that you're not to be a part of them. You know what I see? Someone's falling at a fast pace, and you have the ability to maybe go in and save them or rescue them or assist them in some way, but the universe is blocking you from doing that, and that's why they're there, divine feminines. I feel like the self-care and the balance is coming from you protecting yourself right now. You're not rejecting your masculine, you're simply protecting your own energy, because you can feel that you're not supposed to assist during this storm that they're going through, not even to give an extra umbrella. I mean, I know many of you might have it and you feel terrible, and that's the awful part of this journey. It's like you're walking it with them. There's the part where it gets really stormy and you may be trailing behind them, seeing everything that's going on, and it starts to rain really, really heavily, and this is someone who can't look back now and even ask you for the extra umbrella, nor can you even offer it because of the way that they maybe treated the connection in the past. And I know this, is maybe redundant, but, it may just be coming up for many of you that need to hear it either from the universe as part of your justice, but somebody really is experiencing a tower moment for just taking you for granted, straight up, having you in their hands and completely dropping the ball, and the universe is sinking it in even more because they didn't have to go the extra step and spread up your name everywhere and talk about you being some kind of psycho in love with them and this and that, only to have it all come back and bite them in the ass. Their own people are betraying them right now with this tower moment, and that is the structure that's falling apart, because a lot of them are realizing that they chose what they chose over nurturing this gift or this connection. I'm hearing we could have gone a long way, so I'm even hearing that the universe was even rooting for you. And the lightning is like the universe is like, damn you, you asked for this and I gave it to you, and you put it on the floor and you stepped on it. Damn you. Like, that is the energy I'm getting from this lightning striking. Okay, it is not even a tower falling, it is literally lightning from above striking this down. And as you can see here, somebody thought that they were wise, right? They thought that the decision that they were making at the time, everybody else seems solid. You seem like the psycho. You seem like the one that was unstable. I'm telling you guys, that's what somebody is all up in your energy with, wanting your forgiveness. You guys might hear that song popping up a lot with Justin Bieber, Sorry. And it might just be like really annoying. That's like a synchronicity there, okay? The song by Bryan Adams, Please Forgive Me. I know not what I do. Please forgive me. I can't stop loving you. It's all of the realizations here hitting somebody that they were foolish. And the reason I'm getting that with this particular card is, how they say the wise man built his house upon the rocks. Somebody thought that they were building stability and they were wise about it. They were making a wise decision, right? Booting you out in the cold and joining the herd and mocking you, only to see you just come out on top, and for all of the truths to be revealed about your spiritual path and all of the blessings that it's bringing you now. Many of you may be assisting your community in some way as well through your spiritual gifts. That's what people were making a mockery of, your spiritual gifts, and denying that your journey with your divine masculine was a spiritual path. Yeah, people tried to label it in all different which types of ways, and somebody fed into it. And now that the truths are being revealed, guess who's guarded? Guess who has their walls up? And somebody is desperately, again, divine feminines, in your energy, trying to seek out your forgiveness, okay? But again, self-care, guys, like, take good care of yourselves. The energy can feel really, really draining because they're your counterpart. And that's why it feels heavy. And that's why it's really important to pour into yourself and focus in on yourself right now. The honest conversations are coming. That's why it's important for them to go through these realizations on their own. It's like their repercussions. You can't get dragged into it because you're not supposed to carry this spiritual load. It is draining, okay? Some of you are going to say, oh, well, let me just drop my guard. And then they get into your energy, soak it up, and then go back and feed it to the karmic situation. Oh, the divine feminine pumped me up with some jet fuel. Let me see if I could use it to repair the karmic or fix the karmic one last time. And then you guys are back in the same shit, right? Because it's energy exchange. right? It's not like they're reciprocating or making shifts or changes. They're going back and feeding karmic situations. So you got to let them feed out the karmic situations till they starve out. That is the lesson. Sometimes it's tough. Okay, that's like the death card. They kind of shrivel down to the skeleton energy only to have to, eat again, find nutrition, rebuild themselves, make wiser choices. So some of you will get those honest heart-to-heart conversations coming. I feel like right now is about understanding this connection for what it is. Some of you divine feminines, your energy, it's haunting your divine masculines. Like even in dreams or like movies or like everything around them is becoming crystal clear. Like all of a sudden, oh shit, they're intuitive now, right? All of a sudden they're hearing song synchronicities. All of a sudden they pop in a movie and it's like, oh shit, this movie's telling my story. Oh my goodness, really? But when I was sharing song synchronicities with you, I got blocked. You know what I mean? Now all that same shit is coming back to them where they got nobody to share it with. That's why they're all up in your energy. They wish they could share some of the stuff that's happening, but you are in this energy here. You're protecting your peace. Many of you are pouring into yourselves through enjoying the simple things in life again. That's your reward, divine feminine, because a lot of you going through this similar energy earlier that now is being hit from what your divine masculines are experiencing. I feel like a lot of you had gone into hermit mode. You were on overdrive with a lot of your spiritual gifts, and now the universe is like, listen, kick your feet up. Do the things you want to do. Enjoy yourself. And many of you are at ease as well because although you want to assist and you want to help, like this is what chasing feels like. When they're all up in your energy and they're going through the dark night of the soul and all that stuff, that's what the chasing feels like. And if you entertain it, you get dragged in because you don't ever want your masculines coming at you in an energy where they're chasing you, because usually it's to escape from something, right? You only run, whether it's away from something or towards something, and you're trying to escape, get to safety. You don't want to be the place that they come to, because whatever's chasing them is going to come right to you. So, yeah, guys, just a little forewarning, okay? If you guys would ever like to chat about this stuff, I am over at hipsy.com. I am so sorry for those of you who have tried to reach me within the last couple of days. I did see your calls, guys. March break, I was with my little guy, and you just, boom, happened to catch me at one of those times, so I am so sorry. But guys, do remember you can use Hipsy's features. I do offer recorded readings. If you schedule a session with me, you get a discount attached to it. You can control how much time you spend on the call, and also too, I do have like chat sessions as well. So sometimes if you don't feel like talking over the phone, maybe it's late at night or maybe people are around, we can always text as well. That is a feature on there also that's been working out really lovely for a lot of you who have been connecting with me. I've been enjoying those. So yeah, if some of the energy is really dense and you guys ever just need some clarity or someone just to walk it through or talk it through with, I am here for you guys, okay? Check out my Hipsy profile. It's free to join my community there. I get to keep in touch with you guys away from YouTube. It is my second home. I'd love to have you guys there. Otherwise, that is the quick check-in for this one today, okay? I love you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.